What's going on, everyone? I'm OP Jelson of the Core Enforcers. Feels so good to finally get to say that, and I am out here for the debut showdown live here on the channel. Gonna be laddering up in the Smogon OU tier with a Dragon Dance Mega Charizard X team that I went ahead and put together right here. A very basic concept. We have Dragon Dance and Roost 2-attack Zard X right here. As a really nice win condition. It can also act as a breaker right here because of your ridiculous base 130 attack stats, so very happy about that. And then we're pairing with a ton of support right here. Defog for support from Flyinium Z Tornadus really helps out Zard because obviously Zard is very weak to Stealth-Rox, especially before Mega evolving. So we needed a defogger right here, and the Flyinium Z can go ahead and help with your breaking potential. Help break down checks to Zard like Tornadus-T, Landorus-T, all of those Pokemon that can go ahead and wear me down with the Rocky Helmet right here. We have Ferrothorn right here, which is a hazard setter of our own, as well as a pivot into opposing Ash Greninja. It is a Spit F set right here, and because we have defensive Landorus-T on the team, I went ahead and put spikes on this. We have defensive Landorus-T right here with the Leftovers, opting to go with the Leftovers over the Rocky Helmet because I feel as though the longevity on this can go ahead and help me out too. This team is definitely about preserving your Pokemon, and I really like Leftovers. We have Leech Seed on this, we have Regenerator here, and Roost on this, so I figured I would go ahead and add on to that. With the Leftovers right here, HP Ice to go ahead and catch opposing Landorus-T, because like I said, that's one of the best Zard X switch-ins in the tier. We have Choice Scarf Tapu Lele as a late-game cleaner alongside Zard, and then finally Specs Calia right here as a secondary wall breaker alongside the Torn with the Flyinium Z right here. So that's going to be the team. It'll be down below in the description, and laddering up on my regular account, I will have an account dedicated to these Showdown lives, but unfortunately, I have not gotten the opportunity to go ahead and ladder it up yet, so I'm just going to be sticking with OP Jellison today, and let's go ahead and get right into the games. Alright, I have found a game right here, and we are facing a very Trick Room based squad for our first ever game on the channel. Definitely very weak to the Zard X, as well as the Calia right here, so I could see those being very good win conditions now. I'm really anticipating maybe their Mesprit lead right here to get up the Trick Room right away, maybe even Stealth-Rox, and I do value maybe like getting up my own rocks on that. I could also lead Ferrothorn to get up my spikes. I think what I'll do right here is, yeah, I'll lead Ferrothorn right here, just to get up my spikes, as they unfortunately lead Alolan Marowak, so they get the lead matchup right. It's definitely going to be forcing me out right here. I don't mind taking this hit with Landorus-T, it's definitely what I would be taking it with. Is this the Rocker? No, it goes right for Flare Blitz, which definitely makes a lot of sense. This allows me to get up my rocks here though, so I'll definitely be doing that. As they go Mesprit right here, which is totally fine. What can I do against Mesprit? Because it's definitely going for Trick Room. I think what I want to do is U-turn out into maybe Ferrothorn here is smart, because they could go for maybe the rocks now. It doesn't appear as though they have hazard control, so I could hazard stack them here. I think I will start to do that. Is this bulk up? What is the point of this? I will be going Landorus-T here actually on the Drain Punch, that's fine. They most definitely have Ice Punch on this set. I don't really want to take it with this, but at the same time it is my play, so I'll go right here for the U-turn and just let that Pokemon go down. Definitely sucks to have that happen, but it's not the end of the world right here. Actually, wait a minute. I could actually see this being a very solid decision right here. Let's go ahead into this Pokemon and click Dragon Dance right here, because their Drain Punch is not going to be doing a ton. They go for a Para, and it doesn't appear as though they got it right there, so that's definitely good for me. I can actually just Flare Blitz here, knock it out, and give Zard X the first ever kill, so that's very cool. Cresselia has to come out here, I think. I don't think anything else lives. This will die to Flare Blitz, I believe. Nice, so Zard X is just going in right now. That's definitely very helpful. I'm curious, do they have Sucker Punch on this Mawile or not? Do I need to predict that? I think I Roost first and then go right for the... Yeah, because they Sucker Punch, right? Now I can just go right for the Flare Blitz here for free and pick up a third kill with Mega Charizard X, so that will be very helpful for me right here. They could be going for a late game with Magearna though, so keeping Ferrothorn at full is going to be very vital. They do go out into Alolan Marowak, interestingly. This is not going to help them. Yeah, it takes too much, and I can just Flare Blitz again. I don't have a reason to predict, because if they go Cresselia, I want the 2-hit KO, so... Yeah, Zard X just picked up, what, 3 kills? That's definitely very good. Cresselia does come out here. I can just Flare Blitz to weaken it. That's not a bad idea at all. Alternatively, I can just go right for the Dragon Dance again. As I'd imagine they just go for the Lunar Dance here, so I'll go for the Roost on the Lunar Dance. Get back up to full health, as the Mawile does have to come in. And I think my best play right here is actually just to go for the Flare Blitz, because if they SD, that would put me in a bad spot. They do go for the Play Rough. I don't believe the crit matters at all, so can't really complain about that one. I do believe my play right here is actually to go... I think what I'll do is go Ferrothorn into Lele on the Fire Fang. They unfortunately burned me right there, but that's not the end of the world. I can now go, I think, Torn this turn on the Fire Fang and just click my Z here is okay. Because what I'm trying to do is get in a position where I can guarantee that this Magearna does not end up winning the game. So now what I get to do is go out into Keldeo. They can't click that Sucker Punch due to their own terrain. And all I have to do right here is click Secret Sword. And I believe Ferrothorn should be able to take on the Magearna under any circumstance if this doesn't do enough damage. So yeah, that does too much damage right there. I think my best option is actually to just click Secret Sword. Force it to go for the Z right here is definitely a good idea. And they try to go for the Focus Blast off my choke of going Ferrothorn, and we are able to go ahead and win that game right there. So definitely a very solid start. Let's go ahead and grab another game right now. Alright, so very successful first game right there. I think regarding this next one, Garchomp is definitely a problem. Zard X right here can do a lot of work again, but I do need chip damage on both the Garchomp and maybe the Gren. I don't know if +1 Earthquake Oko is that. A lead that I do value a lot right here is Landorus-T. My mindset is I can use Torn to deal with Cart if Landorus-T ends up getting too weakened anyway. So let's lead off with the Landorus-T right here, anticipating Garchomp for the rocks, right? Because this gives me a free HP Ice right away, as they should click the rocks first. That is what they opt to do right here. Now here's a tough scenario is, am I predicting Torn to come in this turn or not? I think I'm going to predict the SD and go for HP Ice. They do Mega Evolve. They do miss a Draco, which actually really sucks. This is special Garchomp, so I end up lucking out a little bit right there. Big for sure. Greninja does come in right here. Now the problem is, if I actually let Ferrothorn take too much damage, Magearna ends up getting opened up a lot. So I'm going to use Keldeo as my pivot this turn, as they opt to go out into Magearna right here. Definitely a big deal because, I mean, I would imagine they go for Volt Switch, and I really do want damage on this for Lele, so I'll go for Secret Sword here, as they opt to go right for the Calm Mind. This gives me another Secret Sword. They definitely messed up right there, so my mindset was I just wanted to open up my Lele right there, and I was able to kind of do that quite nicely. Now this turn, I know that Magearna's Calm Mind now, and it's very weakened. I can afford to use Ferrothorn as my pivot here on the Hurricane. Nice, so this is great for me because I can start layering up spikes. I can go for a Gyro Ball. I do like the Gyro Ball option. Ideally, don't confuse me. They do confuse me, but I do get the Gyro Ball off and get a nice amount of damage off right there. I gotta be really smart with my Keldeo though, because that's my new check to the Greninja. Here I think I'll go right for the Spike, as they interestingly decide to not go for the... They're really trying to secure the KO right here is what I'm noticing. They hit, what, 3 Hurricanes in a row? I mean, hey, what can you do? I'll go Lele here. Lele kind of eats this team now. They don't have good counters. I still have my Torn for their Cart, so that's great too. I can just go right here for the Moonblast and knock that out. And I think this comes in. I don't know why. I can go Landorus-T here, as they go for the Twinkle Tackle. Definitely a big attack right there. Allows me to get in, I think, Keld this turn. And click. Just Secret Sword is fine. They really don't deal with it well at all. It'll force out Tang after, and Tang is not going to help them out, because it allows my Zard to set up, right? So they have to make a decision right here what they're going out into. Now, if they're extra sensory Greninja, that could be a really big problem. Kartana does come in. I will use Torn as my pivot in here, as they do go for the Smart Strike. That's, I think, Banded, right? Because, no, I am offensive, so that's definitely Scarf. Okay, well, let's go for the Z, as they make a very good maneuver there. I'm trying to figure out what do I want to do, because I can go Zard. I can also go Keld. I like the Keld play right here. It'll definitely live the Smart Strike. Should be able to 2-hit KO this with Secret Sword without a problem. I believe this goes down to 2 of those, right? So I'll just Secret Sword twice, knock that out. Kartana has to come back in. At this point, I think I sack off my Tapu Lele here on the Leaf Blade. Bring this in. Go right for the... I'm going to Dragon Dance up here as the Gren comes in. Okay. So I think I Earthquake. I don't think the Kartana can knock me out with anything. So I Earthquake here, and I do believe Zard will be cleaning up, because Kartana cannot knock out Zard under any circumstance right here. So I Flare Blitz. Sacred Sword will not be able to knock me out, and Flare Blitz is going to wrap up the game right there. So we end up picking up another win. A lot closer that time. Definitely came down to the wire, but I will be getting another game right now. Alright, I found another game right here. Drill in particular looks like it's going to be an absolute nuisance to deal with right here. Really not sure how I want to approach this one, because their entire team is a threat right here. I really like the Keldeo lead on maybe T-Tar. They do lead Cresselia, unfortunately for me. Was really hoping to see something else, but I mean, right here I can just go Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn isn't completely vital right here. Doesn't really stop any win cons. I'll bring out Ferrothorn and start to get up my rocks. Yeah, because I figured that might be a tech they have. And I mean, here I can Leech Seed if I want. That's not a bad idea. I think I'll just go for Speg though, as they go Charizard. as I do get my spike up, which is great. Now the problem with this scenario is I need Landorus just for drill, or else I'm going to lose to that Pokemon, meaning I can actually go with Keldeo here, I think is the play. As it's Defog Zard-Y, very interesting. I'll go Torn here on the Cresselia, okay. That's fine. I really can't afford to get Thunder Waved on this, so I'll go for the U-turn here, back to Ferrothorn, as they just go for the Thunder Wave again. That's not the end of the world, I can just go for a Leech Seed this time. I unfortunately get paralyzed, I would have loved to get the damage off right there. I think here I go Keld, and I finally get some momentum right here, so what do I want to do? Because the rain is down, right? I think Scald is just a very free play. If they go Cress, I get to get a nice amount of damage on it, force it to Moonlight. Unfortunately no burn, but hey, you can't get everything. I'll go right here into Ferrothorn on the Moonlight, as they should click that right there. Okay, I do get my Leech Seed off this time. I'm trying to chip this down into range of my Keldeo, that's the thing. And I'm keeping Landorus in the back just for this drill, so I think this turn I can actually use Charizard as my pivot. On the Flamethrower, doesn't really take too much damage at all, and this is about to hurt whatever comes in, so I'll go right here for Flare Blitz, as they go hard T-Tar. Very obvious switch. I do get a crit on it, which is actually very big, because I can Earthquake here and probably knock it out. Nice. And I still have my Landorus T just for this drill. As they try to Earthquake me, not happening. I can go right for the Earthquake right here. They do make a very good switch into their Pokemon, so makes this a little bit tougher for me. I've effectively eliminated Sand from being a factor, which I don't know how big that is. I don't really think I need my Ferrothorn here, so I'll sack that to the Flamethrower. And then I think get in just Lele is okay. No, actually, I think Torn here is a lot smarter. Torn and go right for the Flyinium Z. Because if they stay in right here, I knock it out. Nice. So this will go down. Oh, it actually lived on 1, and that might be the entire game. Huh. Well, that sucks. I think... do I have an endgame here? Maybe, just maybe with my Zard? If I can Roost up and get that to work out, it can maybe break through. I'll go Keld here. I don't have T-Wave fodder right now anymore, too. I can Scald here. I'm really anticipating maybe the Zard double. Now I'll go Landorus T on an Ice Beam. Okay, that's interesting. I can get up rocks here. And then I gotta try to wear this down with Keldeo. I gotta spam Hydro Pump and hope that works out. I do hit, it does a nice amount of damage, I'm not gonna lie. I can win this game, but it's gonna require luck. It's gonna require a lot of luck too. Nice, so they get paralyzed. I mean, I hit that one. Eventually I'm gonna not hit, but I'm hitting right now, which is great for me. I might need to hit everyone, which sucks. Okay, I missed right there, which is definitely big. Is their only attack Ice Beam? That's definitely their only attack. Meaning I actually don't stand right here. I think I want to keep that out of range of... well, it does die to everything, so maybe it wasn't a smart play to bring this in. I go back to Keldeo on the Thunder Wave here. And just start spamming Scald, fishing for that burn. Really surprised they went hard Como as they're switching, but I'll go Tapu Lele here on the Clinging Scales. This is very fine, I can just go right here for the Moonblast. As Cresselia comes in, I do drop it, which is big. I can go Keldeo here on the Moonlight. Man, very tedious endgame, but I think I might be able to win this one. They go for the Zard sack right there to get in Bulu. Makes a lot of sense, for sure. I can give them this Pokemon at this point. Oh, is that Scarf? If that's Scarf, I have to go Tapu Lele first to get the terrain down. And just click Psychic, I think. As Cresselia comes in. Okay, at this point, do I outspeed here? I should. Do I live that? Nah, I just lost the game. Unfortunately, T-Wave Cresselia was too much for my team to handle right here. And that is going to be too much. T-Wave Cresselia, what a tech, man. So yeah, I can't win this game, unfortunately. I'll go ahead and get out of it. I don't think I played terribly. It's just that, like, the crit obviously sucked, right? I don't know if Earthquake killed after, but the Zard-Y right here just messed up my team. Really, not getting that kill with Keldeo really messed me up right there, but we didn't lose too many points, which is, I guess, okay. I'll be right back with another game. Alright, I got the next game right here. This is the guy who you actually beat in the second game. He's using a range squad now. Definitely a very threatening matchup, too. Unfortunate last game, too. I definitely think the matchup right there wasn't good, but I also could have played better. I do actually value my Torn lead right here, as they lead Lele, which is actually very smart because... like, what I will do right here is go for the Supersonic Sky Strike, knowing I'll go down, but damage on this is great. I actually get a huge crit turn 1. That really sucks. This Torn is getting very lucky. So my mindset was, even if I get damage on that, that's great for Keld and my own Lele. They go out into Greninja now. I always use Keld as my pivot first. I never use Ferrothorn because it's my Swampert check. It's actually Protean on Rain, very confused, but... yeah, I'm assuming they clicked like Psychium Z or something there, so... I mean, hey, what can you do about it? That definitely sucks for them. I'll take the luck, and let's go ahead and move on right here. I do value... I can't let Ferrothorn come in. I think I just go Landorus-T. This could be SD, though. Am I expecting SD? I'll go Torn here, I think. As they do go for SD. They might just go off the miss right here, which, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I do hit into it and just knock it out. And they just get out of that game right there. So, huge crit turn 1, but I definitely think that was my play. Weaken it for, like, my entire team. Keldeo, Ferrothorn, my own Lele. That was all going to be important right there. So, I'll get another one right now. Okay, so I found the first ever stall game on the channel right here. It was going to happen eventually. Unfortunate that it has to happen so early, but I think this matchup is very actually doable right here. Torn, Zard, and Keldeo just kind of have fun against this team. I do value maybe Tapu Lele lead here on Sableye, since everybody does that. I can just go right for a Moonblast right away. They don't actually have good switch-ins to it. So, I mean, they could go hard Chansey, but then they wouldn't be Mega Evolving. I don't think that would be very smart on their end. How do I want to win this? Because the only way Zard is going to win is if I get the Quagsire weakened, which is going to be very difficult with my team. I'll double into Landorus-T right here, expecting Chansey to come in. Yeah, because that should be what they bring in right here. I can go right here for a U-turn as Mega Sableye should come back out. And this allows me to go ahead and bring in my Mega Charizard X, and what I will be doing right here is just clicking Flare Blitz right away. They decide to stay in just to go right for Protect. Makes a ton of sense. Well, I'll go for Flare Blitz again here into Quagsire. Just let it get damage right here. It's so strong, too. This is such a strong Pokemon. They could go for Toxic here, so I don't want to use Keldeo as my switch-in. I'll go Ferrothorn right here. Maybe the Toxic is what I'm anticipating. They just go right for Recover, okay. So here I can just go for Power Whip. Eventually the Sableye will lose all its recovers. So yeah, there's that. I'll just go back to Zard every time and fire off attacks. And eventually I'll break through this. So this might be a game where I have to cut. If you guys don't follow my channel, I do cuts against all games because they end up taking like 100 turns. So usually by turn 50 I'll just go ahead and make a cut and show you guys the result. They do go for a Recover right here. Definitely understandable. I can just go right here for a Flare Blitz once again. Quagsire does come in. I do get a burn on it, which is actually great. It was going to happen eventually with this exchange right here, so I'll definitely take it. And here I can just go into Ferrothorn. They may actually double out here too. I could see the play happening, but I think they do want to recover this, so that burn definitely is big. They go for Scald this time, which makes a ton of sense. I do get burnt right here. I really don't care about this thing though, so it's not the end of the world. I'll make a double here into Lele on the Sableye. Start to burn these Protects and whatnot. Like, what I'm trying to do right here is just show how I'd play against Stall, and then once it gets to the point where it doesn't matter anymore, they do finally go Chansey, and I always go Ferrothorn, just to prevent any hazards from being an issue. I can attempt to go, actually I can't because their rocks are up, so I can just go for Power Whip here, weaken it a bit, and then I think here I can just go Torn, and just try to defog now. They can go for Wisp if they really want to. As they do go for the Wisp, interestingly, okay. Well, I can go Zard now, anticipating maybe the Chansey to come in. They do go for Protect, actually, which is great for me, because this Quagsire is weakened right now, so I'll take the turn to Roost here. Nice, I do get that right, and here I can just go for the Earthquake. It might 2-hit KO Quagsire in combination with Burn. That's kind of what I'm hoping right here, is that I can go ahead and wear that down. Let's see. Does this want to 2-hit KO Quagsire from the percentage we're at right now? Quagsire comes in. Let's see. Earthquake does no damage at all. And yeah, that means this thing will get to recover. Okay, so I'll finally use Keldeo as my bring-in right here, because it's just such a good bring-in. It's not the end of the world if I get Toxic, but it will limit my turns right here. It's clearly unaware Quagsire, I think, so I gotta make a prediction right here. What am I expecting to come in? Because nothing takes this on well. They do go Clef, unfortunately. I should have gone for the water type attack. I do a sizable chunk there too. Okay, let's go Ferrothorn here, and once again play this game. I might just cut at 40 turns. I don't think 60 turns is going to be reasonable. I can Power Whip here into either Torn or Sableye, one of the two. If Sableye keeps on coming in, I'm stalling out its Protects and Recovers, so this is totally fine with me. Let's go. I'll try to Leech Seed here in case they try to do something weird. I mean, I really don't care about this. I'll just use Torn as my pivot again. As they go right for the knock. That's fine. I can once again just go Tapu Lele here. I actually want them to knock off my Scarf from Lele. That would be better for me. So ideally they do that. Nice, they get rid of my Scarf. That's what I wanted here. Despite that 50% is definitely sucks, I can deal with this. They go Chansey. We'll go Landorus-T here. Earthquake the Sableye. It looks like it's not going to 2-hit KO, unfortunately, so they will get to recover right here. Knowing the recovery is coming, I'll go for Earthquake again. I do get a crit right there, which is really cool. If I was a little bit of a higher roll, I might have knocked it out, but that's okay. Let's Earthquake again. Make sure this guy has to burn as many recoveries as possible. And then go for U-turn this time. Into Lele. On this thing coming in. And yeah, we're getting to that point where I will cut the battle soon. And just show off the end. Let's see, Chansey coming back in. They go for Protect, as they should. Chansey is in here, okay. Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and do the cut right now, so I'll show you guys the result in a bit. I'll be right back. Alright, so we did eventually get to the point where Dragon Dance and Roost was able to go ahead and come through. Only like 37 turns later too, so not that bad. Eventually they left in their Quagsire on Keldio's Hydro Pump for who knows what reason. I was able to go ahead and knock it out, and then Dragon Dance and Roost just kind of went in from there. So definitely worked out for us, and let's go ahead and move on to the next game. Alright, I got the next game right here. I think I'm currently 4-1, which is not bad at all. I think my best lead right here is maybe Torn, because I have good pivots into Koko anyway, so I'm not really fearing that lead. As they do lead with Koko right here, so like I said, I can either go Ferrothorn or Landorus. I think the Ferro play is probably what I want to do right here. As they just go for Nature's Madness. Nature's Madness Koko, very cool actually. Does this team not have hazard control? Well, here I can just go right for that. Are they actually HP Fire? Okay, well they go for Taunt, very good Taunt play. I'm getting kind of red right now. Okay, let's try to slow down here, because I could have Power Up that for a ton of damage right there. And I opted not to do that. They go Hard Charge right here. Very obvious switch in. I get a crit. I don't really have a good play right here if there's Zard X. As they turn out to be Zardois, that's fine. In fact, that's very good for me, because I can Mega Evolve now. Go right for Flare Blitz, and something's about to take a Flare Blitz under the sun. Probably Toxapex, but I'm not going to predict it, because I think it dies to Flare Blitz plus Earthquake. I'm pretty confident it will, at least, so I've put myself in the advantageous position right here, is the main idea. They stay in. Oh, come on. They have Earthquake. Oh, they crit me. That I definitely live that, too, because it's Zardois. Whatever. Okay, what am I doing here? That really sets me back. I would have gotten rid of them right there. And they won the tie on top of that, too. I don't agree with their maneuver. Okay, well, they give me the Zardois right there. Well, I just lost my best breaker against their team, and I don't know if I can win this game anymore. Always Ferrothorn. Landorus-T. Alright, what's my game plan? Lele plus Keld. Yeah, that looks like an okay game plan. U-turn. Into like what, Serp? Man, that crit was huge. I needed my Zard in this game. Hello? I don't think HBS knocks me out. You can go back to Landorus all you want. I'm gonna get my rocks up now. They go for probably Scarf HP Ice. Allows me to get in Keld here. I can't believe I lost my Zard. Okay, they go Jirachi. I can Secret Sword into Jirachi. Do a very nice amount of damage. That weakens it for Lele, so that's very good. Always Secret Sword again. I can't let them get T-Specs up, so I have to go Torn here. Yeah, they try to get T-Specs up. And then they Scald Burn me. Okay, yeah, whatever. Let's go for a knockoff here. I'm really annoyed about this Zard. That Zard was a key to winning, and it just died. It would have killed everything, too. Okay, they go Jirachi here, most likely just to wish it up. I'll U-turn out into Keld. As they're not wishing it up, interestingly. Pex comes in. This guy burns every single Scald too. Alright, what's my game plan? I don't even know if I want to play this one out. I don't think I can win. Maybe, because they play their Jirachi badly, Lele has a chance. It's a very slim chance, though. Especially if they're Scarf Serp. I think I've already lost two. They might have messed up, though. I think maybe Scarf Lele can do the job here. Because this dies. And if this dies, Keldeo has fun. They go Tapu Koko. We've already seen it switch up moves. Are you Wish or not? If you're Wish, I lost, but maybe they're not Wish. I don't think they're Wish, so I might actually have a chance in this game. Tapu Koko is back in. Roost. I don't think Roost makes a difference. I click Power Whip here. And then if Surf comes out, I spam Gyro Ball, just to guarantee it's in range of Psychic. I might have actually won this game, I think. In fact, shouldn't I be Gyro Balling here? No, because if Pex comes out, that's what I want to hit, so... Yeah, Pex does come in. Torn, T-Spike, okay. Makes sense, of course. Can just Defog here. Into Tapu Koko. This is okay. I always go back to Ferrothorn as they double to Surf. This is a Pokemon I need damage on, so I will Gyro Ball it here. Find out its set is important too. Finding out its set. They go for the HP Fire first because it's not going to do a ton of damage. I guess they are Scarf then. They have to be. Pex comes in. I'm going to go hard Lele on this T-Spike. Yeah, and get my kill. I'm sick of just losing Pokemon. Let's go for Psychic here and claim something. They give me Koko. Nice. Serp can't even kill me, so I don't know what their play is here. Landorus, yeah. I always go Keld on the Earthquake. Makes sense. I'll make a Lele. Actually, I'm just going to Scald, I think. I think a Lele double is just choking. Yeah, Lele double would be a choke, because I just kind of win with Lele at this point alone. So I just go Torn here on the Serp. I'm pretty sure this actually I have to Hurricane because it wasn't even Scarf the entire time. So I think I win. Landorus has to come out, right? I just go Ferrothorn actually. I don't need Ferrothorn anymore. They do go for Earthquake, so good play. I can just go right here into Torn on the Pex. Let's go Lele here on the Scald. They crit Scald, which is probably their way of winning. I need to hope this dies. Okay, it did die, nice. And they can't lock a single move to beat my team, so I just Psychic here. As they lock it in power, and we will be able to win this game. So that Zard X crit really held me back, but I was able to go ahead and come through right here. That got really scary, because first of all, I lost the tie, right? Had I won the tie, just knocked them out, and the game was probably over. But also the fact that they crit me meant that my Zard was dead right there. I don't know if I would have died to recoil that turn. That was definitely something I did not consider, but hey, it worked out for us, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, and rounding out the live right here, we have this matchup, which is definitely very threatening. I gotta be very careful about Z Celebrate Victini, because that set in particular is going to mess me up. I like the Keldeo lead right here, because I can go ahead and threaten out both the Garchomp and the Landorus-T. In fact, Keldeo doesn't have a bad lead matchup right here against anything. Against this, I literally just click Scald. They have to go like Ferrothorn as their pivot, and I don't know if that's something they want to risk, because if they risk that, I could just go in with Lele. I don't know, I'm tempted to Secret Sword right here, but I don't think it's worth it yet. They could be Scarf Explosion, and that could mess me up right here. Just because Keldeo is one of my best breakers against their team. But I do think Scald is my play right away. I know this guy's trying to go for the Z Celebrate Victini win. I don't think that anything else would be the Z. Maybe Garchomp. I don't think Gran would be the Z. Gran could be Specs Battle Bond, but yeah, I'm very scared about Z Celebrate Teeny right here. Gotta keep Zardex at full just to take that on. If this is Sash, I gotta go hard Torn just to Defog, and then we can go from there. They are actually Scarf and just sack off the Landorus-T, okay, so makes Greninja more threatening. Gotta be very careful with my Ferrothorn. Depending on what they bring out right here, I might just stay in, I'm not gonna lie. I could see this being another game that Zardex just cleans up in. If I can get up the terrain for Sucker Punch prevention and then weaken the Garchomp, that could be great. And we know that nothing else is probably Scarf right here, so Garchomp is probably the rocker, and then Victini is the Z Celebrate set, is I'm assuming what this is right now. Let's see right here. If they go Ferrothorn, they probably know I'm locked in. They can't assume it, but I don't know if would I knock it out if I wasn't Specs. Let's see right here. Does Scarf Keldeo knock out? Let's see. If I get rid of the Specs right here, put a Scarf on it, and their offensive Landorus-T. Yeah, it looks like I would be able to knock it out anyway, so they don't actually know what set I am. They're really deciding about what they want to go out into, because yeah, this thing is a problem against their team right here. They go Gran, okay, very good bring in. I could very easily see a Victini double happening right here, but I'll go Ferrothorn. On the Surf, okay. This is fine. I can just get up a Spike here. I wouldn't imagine they stay in, right? Okay, so they go out into Garchomp right here. This is a Pokemon that I said I needed damage on, so I think right here going for the Gyro Ball is not bad, as they do get up rocks. Now, like I said, I do need to defog to prevent that Z-Celebrate Victini from 6-0ing my team. So let's go Landorus-T first. Okay, this is fine, because they can't set up with Victini on this, so I get a free Earthquake here. I guess they could in theory, because it is... No, they shouldn't set up here. They should set up on something else. I don't know if they knock out Lele, that's the problem. So, they're actually Scarf Trick. Oh, that's amazing. I'm banded. Hello, you just give me a banded Landorus against a team with no ground immunity. What are you doing? Greninja has to come in, right? Yeah. I don't know what that was the biggest threat to my team right there. I think this game's already won. I go Ferrothorn here. On Dark Pulse. They're going to go for the flinch. Maybe they'll get it, maybe they won't. I guess we'll find out one way or the other. They do not. I knock that out. I don't think I can lose to Mega Mawile because they gave me a banded Landorus, so that's cool. Garchomp comes in. I want to try to finish this game off with Zard X, but I don't think it's realistic right here. Let's just go ahead and stack this off with a Gyro Ball, as they decide to go right for that. I get to bring in Keldeo now, click Spec Secret Sword, and Spec Secret Sword will be able to do a lot of work right here. It's able to knock that out. Mawile has to come in. I go for Secret Sword again, and then I just bring out my banded Landorus after that they gave me, and kinda just clean up. I click Earthquake right here. They have to switch out, that's their only play. But yeah, there's no way they can win right here, because the combination of Zard plus Lele just cleans up this game right here. So I think I'm good. They sack it off, which means Zard will be able to easily beat this Ferrothorn. I would never go hard Charizard. They go ahead and get out of the game. And with that, let's go ahead and end it off. So I believe we went, what, 6-1? 6-1 is definitely a very solid record. This team will be down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out. Let me know what suggestions you guys have. Is there anything else you guys want to see changed? If you don't like the background, I can always go ahead and use fan art of the Pokemon that's being featured for the background too. Let me know down below in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Later.